I was on mute. Are you on PC or Mac? Nice, nice. Yeah, I used Riverside for a month just to to use their like long form to short form, like how you can like drop a video in and it'll like use their AI to like make short form clips. Like, bro, that alone is worth it. Yeah. Ironically, Opus Clip is one of the tools I'm gonna like give out to.
All right, well, that was hilarious. Clearly, I uploaded the wrong timer because the one that I made for this particular intro definitely had some sweet music to it, a lot more motion graphics. It was awesome. This one, let's be fair, let's be real. This one with Kobe chatting was still pretty cool. Was still pretty cool. So I'm fully into it. Hello, everyone. My name is Trav. Welcome to our Web3 Matters live stream. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one today. It's just me. Usual legends Kobe and Quantic are not here at the moment. However, they send their love, they send their regards, and we're gonna have a fun episode regardless. So, what's our agenda? Wow. Pause. Let's try that one more time here. What's our agenda today? Perfect. I'm so glad that you asked. A couple of different things here. We are going to do a market update. So we're going to dive right into the on-chain data as we usually do. A huge shout out to Sandmint for their product Sandbase for just giving us the most incredible insight into what's actually happening in the crypto space. We'll be able to actually see what the big whales are doing, what the next couple of weeks is probably going to look like. Honestly, our last stream that we did earlier this week, it was 100% accurate. Last it was right as the market was dipping. I remember looking at the charts now, and you can go back and check out exactly what we theorized would happen. Was we figured out that we'd likely still be safe, and that we're probably going to go a little bit lower before bouncing back up and testing our highs. Which what happened? Have you guys seen the charts recently? That's exactly what happened. So yes, yes. So we're gonna do that again today. We're gonna see once and for all if we're gonna keep going, or if we're gonna keep going sideways, or if we're gonna start going down. Who knows? Who knows? I hope not. We'll find out soon. What else are we gonna do today? Depending on how much time we have, we're gonna jump into some Web3 gaming, which I am so excited to get back into. So there were two games that I mentioned that I'd like to get into. The first one is DeFi Kingdoms, which here let me pull up a bit of a screen share here so you guys can see. Screen share. So DeFi Kingdoms, one of my favorite Web3 games that I have played. So much fun. If you're as old as I am, back in the Super Nintendo days, the pixel art kind of role playing Final Fantasy type RPG games, so much fun. That's exactly what this is. It's a freaking blast. I've been playing this one now for about a year, so I'm looking forward to diving into this one, showing you guys what's happening. There is a brand new character release, the Pirates, so we might actually go and try and play around with them here as well. So that'll be awesome. Really looking forward to that. The other game that I was trying to get set up for us today, which totally different game, equally as excited to try this one out because you'll see in a second. It looks awesome. Let's see if I can pull that one up here for you. Star Atlas. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but this is a bit of what the gameplay looks like. It's one of Solana's, top Web3 games at the moment. It looks so cool. I'm so excited. I actually did get a key so that I have early access to it. and I just was scoping around the documents, and it sounds like there's a couple other steps that I have to take before I can actually start playing. So I don't think I'll be able to play today. However, the second I get this going, definitely count on us jumping into this game because A, Solana, of course, like obviously, and then B, like, did you see the graphics on this game? It's all about spaceships and flying around and third person action and oh, did I mention Solana? So represent. That's going to be a lot of fun. I just want to welcome everyone here one more time. My name is Trav. How many people do we have going on today? So I'm about to go on a little bit of a tangent here, but that's fine. That's cool. So we recently switched streaming providers from StreamYard to Riverside. Like, huge shout out to you, Riverside. That if the team, if you happen to be one of the 50 people who's watching our stream right now on multiple platform or multiple locations, you know that your product is incredible. My one piece of constructive feedback would be is if we could get an accurate amount of viewer count actually on the streaming platform. That'd be super huge. I don't know if I just can't, maybe I just can't see it. That's certainly possible, but I feel like I would. I feel like I'd see it, but I do not. So I digress. So maybe let's just get into it. Oh, actually, you know what? Real quick, let's touch on some news here, guys. So Mr. Beast just had a big day, and I actually, Mr. Beast, if you guys don't know what he's doing, is he's trying to raise just a metric crap ton of money for Team Water. And essentially, the gist of it is every dollar donated is a year's supply of clean water for one person, which is huge. They had a live stream today where they wanted to set the new world record for the amount of. Oop, actually, sorry. Let me just get that Web3 Matters logo up there. That's much better. There we go. So they wanted to set the world record for the most amount of money actually, received in one live stream for charity. And they made over $12 million. And I think they were on stream for about 7 or 8 hours, probably closer to 8 hours. But so huge shout out to you, Mr. Beast here. And yeah, no, I did. I did, give Mr. Beast a shout out if he is joining people on their streams. So Mr. Beast, if you're interested, I don't know how you're gonna let me know, but maybe just drop a comment on the live stream here, and I'll send you a link and come on in. It's all yours. Regardless, if you guys do want to help the cause, just check out Mr. Beast. It's all over the place. It's easy to find. Give people clean water to drink. Yeah, it's all good stuff here. So I digress once again. Let's get into some market updates here. Now, real quick, there is one thing I just wanted to check, just to make sure that we are up and running here. Okay, live stream chat. Okay, perfect. So we're all set here. This is always, as always, is meant to be an interactive, live stream. So if you guys want to jump in, let me know where you're at. Let me know how your day is going. Once we get into any of the gameplay, or once we get into any of the on-chain data analysis, if you guys have any questions, anything you want to point out that I may have missed or may have said incorrectly, let me know. And the way that I will see the chat is if you actually open the screen. So don't, let's see here. What's the best way to say this? There's the post, and then there's the stream. So if you see the post, the comment section, I'm not going to see those. But if you actually click on the stream on the right-hand side, if you're on desktop, there'll be like a live chat. If you drop in some messages there, I will see. Oh, and look at that. Crypto Optimist, I see you. Let's see if I can actually get it up. Okay, so yeah, see, here's the problem. I don't see it on Riverside, but I do see it on X. So Crypto Optimist, I can see you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to freaking chat with Riverside about this because it's not coming up to my my UI interface here, and that's frustrating because I want to give you a shout out. So yeah, not quite sure. Maybe actually, Crypto Optimist, if you're still here with us, maybe try the stream under my account, because right now I'm keeping an eye on the Web3 Matters one. So let's see here. maybe try dropping a comment over on the destination under my account, and we'll see if that works. Maybe if it does, I'll happily give you a shout out. But yeah, let's keep going here, guys. So let's see here, pulling things up. I am going to keep the chat open just in case something does come through. Maybe there is something that I'm missing, but I don't think so. Message all opposite, live stream chat, studio chat. No, it's not studio chat. It's definitely live stream chat. And I know I've seen comments come up here. They've just been a little bit inconsistent. Let's see. Anyways, that did not land. That I just felt like messing around with stuff here. So let's share the screen here and let's get the on-chain analysis going. Let's see what's happening in the charts today. Here we go. Perfect. Crap, I am all over the place today. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything here. No, you know what? I think we're all set. So, real quick, let's just go to the main page here. So, there's a couple things I want to accomplish in this on-chain analysis today. The first is we'll just do a general market overview. We'll see what's happening, and then we'll dive in deeper and we'll see. So some of the really cool features of this is we can actually see graphs of what's actually going on, like what people are buying, what people are selling, or how much they're buying, how much they're selling, key stakeholders and all that stuff. It's super cool. But another really cool feature about Sandbase, and again, huge shout out to Sandbase for hooking us up with Sandbase Pro to be able to share with you guys, is that they have this whole component where they scrape data from X, from I believe Telegram, from Reddit, and they could basically get a incredibly accurate sense of the social sentiment. And they've done studies with this data, and they found that 78% of the time when the masses are overtly very bullish, that inevitably price is going to dump, and then vice versa as well. When the masses are starting to feel super bearish, prices inevitably will start to rise. So that tells us a lot. Another really cool thing about this is that they're able to generate AI summaries of what people are talking about, some of the most popular trending topics in this space. It's super freaking cool. So we're gonna get into that right now. So if you guys are excited, definitely drop a comment. Definitely give this live stream a repost. Let's get this information. Let's get this accurate information out there to as many people as possible. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, see, yeah, I'm still not seeing any comments, so that's annoying here. I'm gonna chat with the Riverside team about this because I want to actually connect with you guys. I love you. I miss you. So let's do this. What's happening in crypto today? Bitcoin down almost 1%. That 117,000, which, if we were to look at the chart, and we will soon, it's at a pretty high range, and it's definitely bouncing up and down. Did it make a new all-time high? I think it did. Yeah, it definitely did. Way to go, Bitcoin. That's awesome. But which tokens are crushing it today? Again, we have the Trump mega coin, which is up another almost 100%. Sol is crushing it. Way to go, team. I love to see it. Up. Oh, wait, that's not. Oh, my God. Sorry, guys. I'm an idiot. This is not Sol. This is Squid. Squid is up. Squid Game token? What? Why? Please tell me there's some kind of utility. Or like good people are making money. Sol is doing not as good. Sol is down 5%, down to $184 here. Ethereum is down 4.19%, but still well over $4,000. It is so nice to see Ethereum back over $4,000. It's looking super bullish here. Actually, we could always take a look at the on-chain data for Ethereum as well. If you guys are interested in this, let me know. Definitely let me know. Yeah, no, I think we may have to do that if there's enough interest. Let's see here. Crypto Optimist. Yes, I've trying so hard to make work. I'll try your account. I appreciate you, my friend. I still nothing's coming up on my end, unfortunately. I'm gonna try and figure this out. So let's just actually run a test. So this is for me. Can you guys see this if I drop it? let's see here. Let's see here. Show on stream. Okay, so that's coming up here, but that's me. That's not you guys. So I think it's a little bit different here. But I digress. Let's get back into the on-chain analysis here. So Sol's not doing so hot, $184. Then we've got it's just like meme coins. Meme coins are just crushing it as per usual, outperforming the rest of the market by a decent amount. The top ones so far that I'm seeing here are Trump meme, Trump MAGA, Squid, and then Grok. I mean, Grok's pretty awesome. Grok's a lot of fun here. So hats off. So that's fun. Now, what's being talked about the most here? So social volume change, the top 50 tokens. So MAGA is crushing it. USDT, which again, I've mentioned this in our last live stream. Usually when stable coins are trending, that usually means we're going sideways or going down. It's just, typically what's happening are people are just, you know, safe proofing. They're protecting their liquidity by taking profits and transferring it into stablecoins. So that could be what's happening here. People are talking a lot about wrapped ETH, WST ETH. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, Lido. That's pretty cool. More wrapped ETH, ERC20, and then on Polygon. Man, what's going on with wrapped ETH? Maybe it's because of, how well Ethereum has been doing now. HBAR's up as well, 33%. I know if you're a fan of XRP, I believe this is another play in kind of that regards. Is they're building, I believe, in the same sector. There's words, but it's not coming to me now. It doesn't really matter. HBAR, definitely keep an eye on XRP here as well. I don't even see it on the top 50 at the moment here, but that's fine. I don't really care. Daily active addresses changes. Here we go. This one's interesting. Okay, so yeah, right now we can see people are protecting their liquidity. A lot more active addresses in USDC, USDT, wrapped ETH, and then USDE, which is Athena USD, which I believe is another stable coin. So people are taking profits. People are protecting their portfolios right now, and that makes sense because if we're looking at this chart here, Bitcoin's taken a bit of a downturn after hitting the new all-time high at just over 123,000. Hold up, we gotta. Oh, I'm so awkward sometimes. It's hilarious. If you guys are cool with me being awkward, just let me know. There we go. That's what I was trying to figure out. And that's enough of that. Let's get back into it. I apologize to absolutely nobody. So let's take a look at social trends. Let's see what's crushing it today. So trending words. We're going to look at the top 3 for each of them, and we're going to figure out why they're trending, and then figure out if that's useful information to us in terms of, can we make money off this? So the number 1 trending word is Binance Canteen. What the heck is going on with this? So it's trending due to multiple mentions of Richard Tang, CEO of Binance, using Binance Pay at a restaurant in Thimphu, Bhutan. This hot text highlights the launch and demonstration of Binance Pay's borderless crypto payment system in a real-world setting. That is pretty cool. So more of like a PayFi update. Which is super cool. Let's go. Binance bringing crypto to the streets. Number 2, Brax. So the word Brax is trending on Telegram social platforms primarily because users are discussing the context of a token, repeatedly emphasizing that it is not a real token. The text frequently mentioned Brax alongside disclaimers stating it's not a legitimate or real crypto token, often within hashtags related to crypto giveaways and coin discussions. This indicates that while Brax is associated with crypto terminology, the consensus in these messages is that it is not an actual token. So if you've been enticed or if you are curious about Brax, just don't do it. Don't do it. There we go. You've saved money by watching this stream. Number 3, there we go. Now I can get excited about Solana. Why is it trending? So this one, the resources are Cointelegraph and Crypto Unfolded. So Solana is trending due to discussions about its blockchain's technology, recent price movements bullish market sentiment and growing adoption in DeFi NFTs and Web3. Key factors include optimism around Solana ETF approvals, excellent, increased trading volumes, record futures open interest, and new network features like self-custody BAT payouts, the SEC's delay on Solana ETF decisions, and its prominence alongside other major cryptocurrencies also contributes to its trending status. Awesome. Okay, you've seen it here. Top 3 trending words in crypto right now. Binance Canteen, Brax, which is not a token, and then Solana. Let's go. So, trending stories. And then we're going to save the best one for last are the trending tokens. And you guys do not have access to this. So just remember, if you see it here, it's legit. And could be worth looking into more. So the top 3 stories: Trump Alaska Summit. So this is less than bullish, apparently. So the anticipation builds as President Trump and Putin meet in Alaska to discuss Ukraine, peace, and nuclear arms control. Trump expresses optimism about a future trilateral meeting, including Zelensky, I believe I saw, which I hope that one goes a lot better than his previous one. if you saw that, it was a little cringy. Aiming for a ceasefire despite ongoing battlefield tensions. The summit is seen as a critical diplomatic moment with high stakes and uncertain outcomes. Public and market reactions are mixed, reflecting hopes for peace and skepticism about tangible progress. All right, stay tuned. Trump and Putin, hopefully Zelensky. Story number 2, Treasury exploring Bitcoin. So U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, may have butchered that, that's fine. I did see the mention on this on X last night, actually. So what's going on here? So apparently clarified that the government will not directly buy Bitcoin for its strategic Bitcoin reserve, but will use seized assets as the foundation. Oh my God, and they have lots of that. The Treasury is exploring budget-neutral methods to acquire more Bitcoin, aiming to expand the reserve and fulfill the president's goal of making the U.S. a Bitcoin superpower. This approach balances political promises with fiscal responsibility, keeping markets attentive to future acquisitions. I don't know how I feel about that, guys. Just knowing that the government has incentive to go and steal people's Bitcoin, regardless of them being bad players or not. Just buy Bitcoin, people. That's weird. That doesn't really sit well, but what do I know? Market time home. Story number 3. Ronin is reintegrating with Ethereum as a layer 2 solution, leveraging Ethereum's improved security and scalability. This move reflects a maturation of Ethereum's scaling roadmap and signals, where you go? Oh, here you go. Renewed confidence in its ecosystem. Bitcoin recently hit a new all-time high near 124,000, fueling bullish momentum across major cryptocurrencies. Altcoins face pressure, but could rebound as Ethereum approaches new highs, setting the stage for a potential altcoin season. Also, about this altcoin season, I haven't seen this with my own 2 eyes, but apparently the Bitcoin dominance chart just took a bit of a bearish turn, which historically has been a massive signal that altcoin season is on the way. Actually, you know what? Maybe let's see if we can pull that up here, and we'll have a look for ourselves. So we'll only TrendSpider, let's do trading view. So yeah, we will only make sure that we are giving accurate information here. So last time we looked at TON. Today, let's look at BTC.D. Market cap Bitcoin dominance. Oh, aha. I should probably change my screen share so you guys can see what's happening. So stop that screen. So right now, if you're curious, we're about to take a look to see if it's true and, in fact, if altcoin season is just around the corner, or is that just speculation here? Oh my goodness. Why is this chart so bad? Okay, so what are we? We're on the daily chart. Let's zoom out a little bit more here. Let's zoom out to weekly chart. Okay. Can we overlay other? Okay, so basically what this chart tells us is how Bitcoin is doing compared to altcoins. Um, can we put on another overlay? I have clearly not been using. No, you know what? Let's not worry about it. So, what are we seeing here? We are seeing a pretty significant downturn in Bitcoin dominance here. I mean, the fact that we did just hit another all-time high for Bitcoin is definitely something to consider. Now, so here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. So yes, we have made a couple of new lower lows in the short term. I feel like breaking this low right here is very significant, and very bearish for Bitcoin dominance, which is a good thing. I feel like what's so before I get ahead of myself here, why this is not cut and dry a signal that altcoin season is here is because you can see back in November of 2024, there was a similar downturn in Bitcoin dominance that dropped about the same amount, maybe even a little bit more, and then completely rebounded and made new high, like local highs. So I'm only going to be convinced that this is actually the end of Bitcoin dominance once this chart breaks or at least gets closer to this level here, which is the 54% marker. That's just going to, like, we just need to see more weakness. I'm not seeing enough weakness to be convinced yet, especially knowing that in the past when this chart has gone down this amount, it's very strongly recovered and then proceeded to make new highs. Like, honestly, I would not be surprised, and this is just my intuition and experience from years of looking at charts and trying to interpret price action. I would not be surprised if Bitcoin tests these highs here first before we actually start to see a major breakdown. I'm just speculating here, but that's my guess. There has been a lot of volume in this downturn, though. So that is there was a lot of volume here as well. That. So yeah, no, this is not cut and dry. Yeah, it's bearish, but is it bearish enough to signal altcoin season's on the way? No, it's not. So let's keep going. Easy as that. Easy as that. I hope that satisfies some things for you guys. There we go. Where the heck is Riverside? So let's take this off here and let's go back to sentiment and take a look to see what else we could find, like where Bitcoin may actually go within the next week to month amount of time here. So pulling that up as we speak. Why? That's not the. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Screen. We are going to this one. Perfect. So we covered the top three news stories here. Before we move on to the actual charts, let's take a look at the top three trending coins. Now, this is very exclusive information. Again, thank you so much to Sandbase and Sentiment for connecting us with this. Let's take a look here. So the top three trending tokens are Solana. Yes. Love to see it. Love to see it. And it's looking bullish as well. Let's go Solana. Almost 70% positive sentiment. I love to see it. Number two, Bitcoin. Boom. Yeah, love to see it. Number three, USDT. So these are the top three trending tokens. And then the top gainers are Staked ETH on Stakewise, Duo Network, which is very interesting. I've never heard of Duo Network before, but that's does not look like a meme coin. Man, these are up some significant amounts in social dominance. Are these okay? So that's interesting. I believe these are gainers not in price, but in social dominance. So things that are being talked about the most. Yes, of course, because we are in the still in the sentiment section. So the top three sentiment tokens could be worth checking out. Staked ETH for Stakewise, Duo Network, and Parallel Coin. Why the frig is SafeMoon trending? Get out of here, SafeMoon. I don't want to see you. You screwed over way too many people in the past. Go home. You're not welcome here. So why is Sol trending so freaking hard? Bearish summary. I'll read the bearish and the bullish. I'll skim it so we can keep going here. Bearish summary of Sol. The bearish sentiment around Solana stems from several key concerns. Number one, the SEC ETF delays and regulatory uncertainty, which we are very well aware. Number two, price volatility and resistance levels. Solana has struggled to break through critical resistance zones around $200 to $210, or facing repeated pullbacks. Yes, we know that as well. Number three, declining network activity and user growth. On-chain data shows a notable drop in new wallet addresses and reduced network activity, signaling waning user engagement. Okay, something to consider for sure. Number four, security and reputation issues. Recent incidents such as former Pumped Up Fund employee pleading guilty to stealing $2 million worth of Solana highlight security vulnerabilities and can erode trust among investors. Is this a Solana issue though? Is that, or is that just like, where did they get that 2 million worth of Solana? Was that from the Pumped Up Fund platform, or do they actually like hack into Solana wallets? I don't know. That doesn't. Yeah, it's negative press for Solana, but it seems like more of a pump fund issue to me. So I don't know about that one. Number five, competitive pressure and market sentiment. Solana faces stiff competition from other layer one platforms and Ethereum's ongoing upgrades. Okay, legitimate. Number six, speculative and meme token risks. I don't even need to go into that one. I think that one's pretty obvious. Let's check out Bitcoin. Oh, sorry, no, let's take a look at the bullish side here first. So Solana's bullish case is anchored in its high-performance blockchain, offering lightning-fast transaction speeds and extremely low fees, making it preferred for all of these fun things. Anything specific or new? Okay, yes, of course, Solana-focused ETF, which is huge. Increasing adoption across Asia and globally, which is wonderful. Growing institutional interest, of course, now that the ETF is being spoke about. And then on-chain metrics show rising wallet counts, whale accumulation, and robust transaction volumes, signaling healthy network usage. Wait a second. I'm sensing some conflict of data here. Huh. I mean, what do we believe? I guess this is all just taken out of people talking about it. So we haven't actually seen, and this Solana doesn't have a whole bunch of actual on-chain data on Sandbase. Thank you so much. So we can't really verify this at the moment. However, something to think about. Something to think about. Don't always believe what you read, because clearly half of these people are wrong. So regardless, Solana, I love you. Love to see it. Bitcoin. Why is Bitcoin trending? Bearish. Recent bearish sentiment around Bitcoin stems from several key components. Number one, price volatility and downtrends. Of course, we've covered this. We know what's happening. Number two, institutional uncertainty and reduced buying. Number three, where did you go? Regulatory and governmental skepticism. Apparently, U.S. government reportedly prefers CBDCs over Bitcoin and may accumulate seized Bitcoin rather than openly buying it. Yeah, God. Remember when I said that earlier? That does not sit well with me. I'm not a huge fan of that. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that for now. It's enough bullish or bearishness for me for one day. Bullishness. What is happening here? Institutional adoption and strategic reserve status. Number two, market dynamics and price action. Yes, just making new all-time highs around 124,000. Number three, technological and ecosystem developments. Innovations such as Jack Dorsey's open source modular Bitcoin mining rigs. Cool. I'm going to have to check that out. That sounds awesome. Not that I think I could afford it, but definitely worth checking out. Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, hold up. Hold up. Sorry, I'm having to move my screen share around here, so I apologize. Okay, the growth of Bitcoin DeFi and Layer 2 solutions like the Lightning Network are expanding Bitcoin's utility as peer-to-peer electronic cash, aligning with Satoshi Nakamoto's original vision. Projects like Stacks and Union Build are building bridges to Ethereum's smart contract capabilities without compromising Bitcoin security, fueling ecosystem expansion. Okay, what's interesting about this is I do some work for Tectum, and yeah, it seems they're also deep into this game, so kind of like the PayFi side of things. Big things coming. Big things coming. I'll leave it at that. Number 3, USDT. Bear sentiment stems primarily from concerns about excessive continuous minting of new tokens. You know what? Nobody cares about USDT. No one's making money off USDT. They're only using it to actually protect the portfolio, which I respect. We'll leave it at that. So, top 3 trending tokens: Solana, Bitcoin, USDT. Nothing super exciting here, but definitely take a look at Staked ETH for Stakewise, the Duo Network, and Parallel Coin. So maybe let's have a quick look at this one here. So, oh my God, this is price. Holy smokes! Like, you can take a look. Like, look at that spike initially back in May of 2020. That's kind of ridiculous. Is there room for this one to grow, to go? What is going on? I don't know. I'm over it. Check out Duo in your own time, because I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know. Let's sorry. I'm sorry. Let's get the heck out of here. Let's go to Bitcoin. Let's take a look at some actual charts that actually make sense, and let's figure out what's going to happen to the crypto markets over the next couple of days, couple of weeks. All this fun stuff here. We are way too zoomed out. Let's zoom in a bit. Why can't I zoom in? Technical difficulties, and that's okay. Let's scroll down a bit. Why? You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. This is hilarious. Okay, let's give this a quick second, and we will see if this decides to cooperate. All right, back to it. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Okay, we are in business. So let's have a quick look here at what has been going on. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more here so we can get more of a zoomed in version. So real quick, when we're looking at volume again, it's one of my favorite indicators here. This really gives us a good sense of what's actually happening. So volume throughout this range, since we first tested 123,000, since we made our last all-time high in July 2025, this is good. This is very good. This is bullish. So, like, in a 10 seconds or less, we have accumulations, distributions. So what does that mean? So accumulations is when we have price trending within a range, which is what's happening as we speak. Accumulation means that people are actually accumulating Bitcoin, in this case, as the range is trending. So if we take a look at these big spikes, yeah, more often than not, these are investors buying the dips, and inevitably what will happen is, if this truly is an accumulation, once the big players are finished accumulating, price will go up. The opposite is true for accumulation and distribution. So distribution. So when that happens, that just means that key players are selling at the highest points of this range, and inevitably price will dump and break the lows. Now, from my experience, when we see volume going down like this, but still decently on average higher than it's been leading up to this range, that could mean that it is more likely a accumulation, especially when you see it go down like this. My one concern is that it could be terminal volume. So it's been, obviously Bitcoin has been going up for a while, a long time. Even just looking at this chart since April 2025, but we know it's been going up for a lot longer than that. When you have price that's been going up for a long time, then all of a sudden you have a crap ton more volume, that could mean the end of a trend in one direction or another. Nowhere near enough information to say one way or another, but something that I'm going to store in the back of my mind. And it's going to be difficult to say for sure as well, because now with Bitcoin, the big difference is that all along this uptrend, we've been getting more and more and more and more people entering the market. So this could just simply be, representing that as well. So let's go to the more predictive charts here. So this one here, MVRV, this tells us that people who have been holding Bitcoin for specific amounts of days. I'm just going to close that one because I find I don't know enough about it to really interpret it. So we've got two specific indicators here: people who have been holding Bitcoin for 30 days and people who have been holding Bitcoin for a year. Now, this tells us whether they're in profit or in loss. And the cool thing about this that will be a theme throughout this analysis is the following. The more profit people are in, the more likely Bitcoin is going to dump. The more loss people are in, the more likely Bitcoin will rip. Now, if we take a look at the 30-day holders, they are now at a loss. And that is bullish. You can see when historically, when they've been at their lowest levels of loss, I guess, or highest level of loss, so these peaks to the downside, that's signaled an uptrend. So we see one here, we see one here, we see one here. Now it's going back down again. So this is actually kind of bullish. People who've been holding for a year are, they are in a decent amount of profits. Like, there's no way around it. This is less bullish. But usually what I expect to see are these big spikes of bullishness that may signal a profit taking may eventually come. And you could see it here. The highest highs have always led to a downturn in price. Now, what's interesting about this specific one here is that we've had the biggest dip after it that we've seen, like immediately after it, that we've seen in a while. So, I'm going to take a stance. Let's make this interesting. I'm seeing this as bullish. This is bullish to me. So, check one, bullish. This one's 50-50. This one's bullish. Let's keep going here. This one is a lot less bullish. This one's bearish to me. Now, what are we looking at here? These are the funding rates. Can you guys see this chart okay? I just want to make sure you guys can see this chart okay. All right. No comments yet, but that's cool. We have about 100 people watching us right now between all of our platforms. So thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate you guys taking the time. Let's get back to it. So why is this so bearish? Like I said earlier, the trend, remember this throughout this analysis, is when people are overly bullish, price is going to dip. When people are overly bearish, price is going to rip. People are very bullish right now, and that worries me. That makes me think that price is going to go down further before it starts to rip again. I want to see big red spikes like this, and that is what will signal price to reverse back up to the upside. People are way too bullish right now. And what is this exactly? These are the funding rates. So this tells us exactly how many people are on different exchanges. So like we've got DYDX, we've got Binance, we've got another one from Binance, we've got BitMEX. This tells us how long or how short traders are who are actually using leverage. Now, people are still betting very much so that price is going to go up. People are very, very long on the market right now, and those people will likely get punished. Price likes to punish, and people are being way too bullish for me to even want to consider that price is going to be going back up. So bearish. So we are about 50-50 on bullish versus bearish, but honestly, this one here I think is the most telling one so far. I need to see these red spikes to be convinced that price is going to go back up. So protect your portfolios, friends. Maybe people investing or putting their money into stablecoins right now is not the worst idea. Whale transactions. Now, this one's not super helpful for us right now. We can see that, it really doesn't look like it was the whales that were driving this downturn. Yeah, there was more whale activity in this recent top, but like this one here likely were whales taking profits here. This one here is more aligned with this dip. So this one here, to me, looks like it was whales buying. So this one's on the fence. This is another 50-50 looking chart here. So we're still overall 50-50 bullish versus bearish, but I'm definitely going to put my bias towards bearishness after seeing this one right here. This one's discouraging to say the least. Now, we are about to let me pull this down for a sec. We're about to get into one of my favorite charts here that I'm about to show you. We're actually going to look at the whales, and we're going to be able to see if they are accumulating or if they are dumping. And like I've said this 200,000 times, maybe even 300,000 times, but the whales are the ones that move the market. If the whales are buying, that is very bullish, because whales have a crap ton of money, so their orders are actually going to make the price go up or down, because they're spending in single transactions multi-millions of dollars, and that is what's going to move the price, not me putting in 20 bucks for 0.0001 of a Bitcoin. So I digress. And number two, people with the money have more inside information. So if we see a lot of whales buying or a lot of whales accumulating, that is very, very bullish news, because more often than not, they know something that we don't. So you guys ready? Let's have a look. Let's see what the whales are doing right now. Let's share the screen back again. Okay. Interesting. So what's going on here? Just want to make sure you guys can see this. So we've got a couple of different things. So we have three different colors. We have red, yellow, blue. Red are the smallest whales, the sharks, people who have between 10 and 100 coins in their wallet. Yellow is midway, so between 100 and 1,000 coins in their wallets. And then blue is the biggest whales. They have between 1,000 and 10,000 Bitcoin in their wallets. Now, what's important to remember here is that there are only 19, almost 2,000 wallets that have between 1 and 10,000 tokens. For this one here, the mid whales, there are 17,000. 17,000. So honestly, probably about the same net worth as the blue whales. Red ones, 133. So you know what? Honestly, I would not be surprised if this is all very similar. So what we can do is we can merge all of these together. And if we merge all of these together into one line, it will tell us what the biggest, most informed holders are doing. Right off the bat, I'm not super keen on seeing the biggest whales. You know what? Okay, hold up. At first, I was worried about this. Let's take off this one here. The trend's still going up, and there is a very recent spike in this line, so that's kind of bullish. But let's do what I initially had planned, and let's merge all three of these. Maybe let's merge all of them. Let's see. I doubt there's any mega whales here right now, but there we go. Okay, so this one gives us a really good idea. These are like basically anyone who has wallets holding between 10 and infinity Bitcoin. And the results are in. Since August 8th, they've been taking profits. Although, if we zoom in, it's kind of stabilized. And I would say the overall trend it's upwards, but oh no, that's still a higher low. So the good news is that there's not a major profit-taking event happening here. The less, I guess, the more bear side of things, there's no massive buying here as well. And the short to medium behavior of the whales is that they've been kind of taking profits. Now, still looks like a natural ebb and flow in whale behavior. So this one's kind of 50-50. It's kind of 50-50. Um, I feel like the fact that it is kind of flattened here is good. You know, they've stopped their selling. I'm just hoping to see an uptick. So here's what I'll do, guys. I'm gonna keep an eye on this chart, and until next Friday, if anything changes, I will let you know, because this one's going to be very important to watch. We need to see if they're going to continue to buy. And you know what? My instinct is telling me that they're going to wait for this to get a little bit lower. And I do think price is going to go a little bit lower because of what we're seeing right here in the funding rates. Like, that's ickishly bearish. So they're probably going to wait. They probably took their profits on these high highs, and they're probably going to wait to buy back in when price, test these lower lows in this range. That's what I'm going to stick to it. So far, we're not seeing anything really that's telling us that we're about to break out of this range. So so far, what I'm seeing is that we are going to remain in this range, this sideways trading range for probably about the next week or so. Although I say that, and then we go down to this supply distribution of Bitcoins. So this is going up. This is another whale indicator. That's more bullish. So you know what? I think what's safe to say is that this kind of neutralizes this all of this together. This entire picture kind of supports what I was just saying. Is that I'm not seeing anything dramatic. I think we're going to stay in this range and just continue to test the highs and the lows. And then we're waiting to see this like dramatic change in behavior before we figure out, who's going to win, the bulls or the bears. I think it's a really good place. That's a really key piece of data here that we have that will kind of help guide what we should do with our tokens. Let's keep going here. This one here, no big changes. I spoke on that last time. We're running out of time. I can't believe it's already been almost an hour since we've been here. We're not going to get around to any sort of gameplay today. This is going to be a pure market updates live stream here. So I hope you're okay with that. If you're not, let me know. If you're good with it, also let me know, because this has been fun. Supply on exchanges still significantly quite low, but going up a little bit. Again, none of these dramatic moves that I'm looking for to really tell us what's going to happen. I think the fact that we're still kind of in this very low range after this massive drop that we had back in June, I think that's bullish. But we are slightly trending up here, but not enough to really make me lean one way, or I'm not sitting here being like, we're screwed. People are putting way too much Bitcoin on the exchanges. We're kind of just trending sideways. And again, this is another indicator that's telling us that we're probably going to continue to trend sideways. And you know what? I just thought in my mind, at the end of all of this, once we get through the last couple of charts here, and my second favorite ones are coming up here in about 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to plan on trading this version of Bitcoin price action. And you can either take that or leave it, or whatever. Let me know what you think. But I'm going to tell you what my plan of action is to handle my own personal trades in for Bitcoin specifically. So let's carry on. We talked about our social dominance. It is going down a little bit here. I'm not at all surprised. Social dominance is going down. Social volume is going up though. So again, nothing really definitive. Here's the one that is quite telling. Now, remember that study I told you guys about in the beginning of this stream, where the sentiment team actually did studies based on, the actual sentiment of people on social media, and they determined that 75 to 78% of the time, when people are super bullish, price is gonna dip. When people are super bearish, price is gonna rip. And people are a little too bullish, in my perspective right now. So this is kind of our final indicator that we're gonna look at right now. This is bearish. No way around it. This is bearish. So I'm gonna expect to see Bitcoin going down to test these, even as low as 112K before we go back and test these highs again. That's my prediction. That's it. So how am I going to how am I going to manage this? How am I going to proceed with trading? And for me, the trading that I'm looking at right now is going to be short-term trades. So probably swing trades, trades that I will hold on to probably anywhere between a couple hours to a week or so. And what right now, it's for me personally, it's a little bit too late to get into. You know what? Maybe not necessarily actually. So maybe the best way to do this is with an actual Bitcoin chart. So let's end this off by actually looking at the Bitcoin chart, and yeah, and we'll actually put some trade theories out there. If you guys are into this, let me know, because I know I sure am. So here we go. Let's actually pull up Bitcoin, BTC USD. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, we are way too zoomed out, but oh my God, let's just sit here and appreciate this for a second. Like, bravo, Bitcoin, unbelievable. What a massive rip. How much of a increase is this since the lowest of the lows just post FTX? This is an almost 700% gain in price action. So to everyone who's been here this whole time, bravo. Crypto's the future. There's no way around it. That's pretty amazing. What's super cool is that, like, volume. I'm a sucker of volume. It is still incredibly wild to see how much more volume worth of transactions happened on these super low levels compared to this whole uptrend. Like, the vast majority of transactions in Bitcoin happened at these turbo low volumes. Let's maybe make us a little bit less biased, because that could have been just like volume from the actual minting of Bitcoin. Still, like, the majority of the volume took place really, really low. All I have to say, we're looking a little extended. We need to make some new volume shelves up here for me to be convinced that this is where Bitcoin's going to stay. Totally off track. Let's get back into the very, very short term. What's going to happen with Bitcoin in over the next couple of weeks here. How are we going to trade this? So here we go. I got to move this camera. So we have a very clear range where Bitcoin is kind of bouncing up and down with. Usually for range trading, how I like to do it is buy at the tops, or no, sell at the tops. Let's make sure that's clear. Sell at the tops, buy at the bottoms. Now, based on what we've seen in the on-chain analysis, this is already, very bearish looking. We're making lower lows. We got, like, looking at the size of the candles, like this one here is a big, beefy, bearish candle. Oh, that was fun to say. Compared to these little itty bitty, weak ass bull sauce candles. Bears are clearly in control. So I'd almost wait for the next time we see a couple of small green candles. I'd look to, go short on those tops. I personally would not be caught dead going long in this market right now. It's just the bull or the bears are in way too much control. And yeah, and even then, to go short, we're already down a little bit. So I probably would have preferred to go short right around these levels here, somewhere near the top, somewhere on top of this red line here. And if you don't know what this red line here is, this is the volume point of control. So this is the spot where the most action in the Bitcoin price chart is taking place. Now, another good play could be is wait for price to go up and test this and then become rejected. Then I would see a pretty decent amount of space for you to actually go and, like, get some profit here. So I would go short once I see the rejection from this line. And, even, like, depending on how much leverage you do, I'd even, set my take profit to around here, set my stop loss just above this high here, there's a pretty decent 2 to 1 play there for you. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave it at that. That's what I think I might do. I'm gonna take a look at that. You can take that or leave it. That's totally up to you. All I gotta say is that this has been so much fun. Let's actually maybe here. Let's see. So yeah, what I would do is I would wait for price to come back, test this area, and then I would, once I see it reject, so like around to that point there, I'm gonna zoom right in, maybe go down to the hour chart, because right now I'm in the 3 hour chart. I'd wait to see a bullish engulfing candle or something along those lines that's bounced off this. I'd also, here, like this is, I kind of want to see the price go, because right now this is a pretty significant imbalance in the actual charts themselves. So I would not be surprised to see price even maybe come back, cover this fair value gap, and then go back down. So here's my play. I'm going to wait to see price go up above and then break back below this volume point of control, and that's where I would go down. I would set my take profit to here. I'm gonna set my stop loss probably around just above that volume point of control here as well. So, and my entry point would be around here. So that's at least a 2 to 1. Let's actually see if we can get here we go. Let's see, let's move. Oh, can I even turn that around? I don't know if I can. You know what? It doesn't matter. I've made my point. That would be my play. That's what I'm gonna keep my eyes open. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've been all over the place this stream, but I really do hope that you guys got some value from this. Next time, if you are interested, we have 3 different options. We can do another market update. I'm gonna actually do one before our Friday live stream next week if you guys are interested in this, because honestly this was a lot of fun and it's really valuable to me to be able to do this for my own personal trades, for my own personal portfolio. So if this is something that you guys enjoyed, let me know. We'll do it again. We also have the options of Web3 gaming. I really want to play, and I might actually get some guests on for the DeFi Kingdoms live stream because I really want to check out these new characters. Really, I've heard the Wizards, which are the second most recent characters to be added to the game, with the Pirates, is a killer combo. So I'm really excited to experiment with that. But then also we had that Solana-based game that, what was it? Star Atlas? Is that what it was? Star Atlas, yeah. I desperately wanted to start playing that one as well because that one is trending. The graphics are phenomenal. That looks like a blue chip game, and it's on Solana. So you know what? I might just make an executive decision. I might do all of these again next week because this was a freaking blast. So I'll end off by saying this. Thank you guys for being a part of this live stream here today. Appreciate your patience with my mental all over the placeness. We'll definitely make sure to get Quantic and Kobe back here for future live streams. And please give me some feedback. Let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know what you guys would prefer to see. Let me know how you want to see it done. And we just want to make these live streams as awesome as possible here. So until next time, have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a killer weekend. And yeah, don't stop believing. Chat with you guys soon.